Dash Diabetes Network, that was the first time I ever knew you were type 1.
Yeah.
Like myself.
You from Chicago?
No, I'm from New Jersey. I'm from North New Jersey.
How you know GLC and Kudi and Shike? That's Chicago crew.
Through the music. I was doing music, and Kudi and Shike shot a video for me that I actually showed you that night. You guys, they showed it to you. And I remember you just saying to me, like, what are you doing with this? Are you performing? Where you hustling? And like, you had like a bunch of questions for me, and I was just like, yes, and you performing. And then at the time, honestly, I was doing so bad in my health that I needed to hustle in a whole other way because I was not taking care of myself.
I wish I would have known that too. I'd have helped you. You know, I helped GLC initially. He wasn't taking care of himself. And if I'd have known that, I'd have definitely pulled your coat to some things. But I see, like, what's that apparatus you were showing?
Oh, this is my pump. This is my Tandem piece. Tandem's the name of the company. And then it's called the T-Slim. So the newer version is much better than this one because it talks to the Dexcom. So if your Dex is 2 hours up or down, like it'll suspend your pump. So it won't do
it works as your pancreas? Like it's literally like a pancreas?
I wouldn't say that it does. Danielle, you probably could explain it better than I can because you're diabetic health.
Yeah, so essentially what she has now, what she's talking about is a feature called Control IQ, which the Tandem T-Slim pump and the Dexcom speak to each other through the app. I'm actually using a non-FDA approved version of that. Looping. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Have you ever heard of looping?
Looping? No.
So essentially, it's a Mac code that the diabetes community engineers themselves engineered back in 2013 or 14, and now it's been, and essentially, so every single thing about my diabetes is on my phone right now, including what my blood sugar, you can see the blood sugar's at the top, that's the Dexcom reading, that's how much active insulin, like this is all, I take my insulin from here, my Dexcom stops my insulin delivery if I'm going too low, it gives me more insulin if I'm going too high. It's as close to a closed loop system that exists today, and I'm not going to say on the market because it's not on the market, but anybody can do it. Like literally, they give you step-by-step instructions that you can follow.
What's on your body that's telling you all that?
So this is my insulin pump here, and then my Dexcom's on my leg down here, and the pump and the Dexcom are talking to each other through this little motherboard thing. This is like a mini computer. Yeah. So I just stick it in here and I clip this to my phone, and I would say that it's after 30 years of living with diabetes, I didn't realize how many thoughts I was spending on thinking about my blood sugar until I started with this looping. I can talk about it all day, but there's no way I can explain the feeling of trusting artificial intelligence to do that shit for you.
So, so you don't have to test your blood, you don't have to give yourself insulin, it just happens now.
I mean, I still have to change my pump every 80 hours, but it's literally the same as you changing your Dexcom. I have to change my Dexcom as well, but the pump itself, it's you slap it on your skin just like a Dexcom with the adhesive, and you push a button and it injects it for you. You don't even have to
How big is it?
It looks like the Omnipod.
How big is it?
It is the Omnipod. It is the Omnipod. So you can see, this is my lower back, and this is it right here.
On that tattoo.
Yeah, it's on tattoo.
I like that tattoo. Like the place on that tattoo.
I have 40 hours of tattoos.
So do I. I just got one the other day.
Oh yeah? Honestly, I'm nervous about COVID and tattoos. How did that go?
He came to that.
He came to the house.
Oh, okay.
He got a COVID test. And he gave me a tattoo. I got COVID tests in the house.
Then you're doing the right thing, because I'm too nervous to be messing around. My mom has cancer, and I'm not trying to be the person that brings any of that near her. So.
No, I got everybody come in here got to have a test wherever I go.
Smart.
Yeah, they got the finger pricker test now, so it's like.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I've not actually used it.
No, I use it often.
James like a pro at it now.
I administer it now. I just gave a test. The senator's in here. I just gave him a test.
Well, that's good. At least you know how to do the.
It's just like being diabetic. It's nothing. Actually, the whole world's diabetic now for the next 2 years. That's what it is.
Well, maybe that'll make insulin cheaper, but we can pray.
Well, he actually passed a law to make insulin.
Oh, you want to bring him up?
Oh yeah, hey, Senator Milton.
Come over
He
here.
actually passed a law. We were discussing some of the issues with Mike from Mankind, the CEO, and based on that conversation, he got a law passed. You want to tell him about it?
Hello?
He was also running for mayor.
Governor.
I'm sorry, Governor.
Yeah, I was working with Dame and the folks in his team, and in Indiana, we were working on legislation to make sure that we can start working on reducing the cost of insulin, over-the-counter insulin for folks. Also, to ensure that you don't have to have insurance, a prescription to make sure you
Prescription,
get it. Yeah. So that's kind of like the starting steps. We got a long ways to go. There's some of the agencies, I would say the insurance agencies, have been kind of fighting us on some issues as well. So.
I'm sure. Yeah, because they don't want you stealing their millions of dollars for their CEOs.
Right.
We can die, but they don't care about that. So.
Yeah, but it all started off a conversation.
Don't expect them to. I definitely don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, the pressing issue right now is we were talking today, I talked to a couple of principals, and the issue is it doesn't seem like there's going to be school for the next 2 years because it keeps spiking. So, there's plans that are being implemented, but it seems like lately, we've had to be very reactive and we're not prepared. So we try to get a step on education and how to make these kids engage in homeschooling and what that method or system is going to be. You know what I mean? Because right now, everything has to be from home.
Right.
Home hospital, because nobody want to walk in the hospital. I know I don't. So they have the apparatuses and the technology now to do certain things and get the data. And it's important, to be able to give somebody a temperature check, a COVID test, to know your diabetes and all these things from home, and be able to have a doctor monitor you from there. But it's going to be just as important to get these kids, because for the next 2 years, to be able to, he at a point, he's a senator, his wife is doing well,
right.
And they were struggling to get their kid the children to be engaged in homeschooling. So what are we going to do?
Right.
Yeah, it is very difficult. I have 2 girls, 8 and 6, and it was a fight. They're just used to, home is where you relax, and you do other things, and now school is at home. So having them to engage, and then also being that everything happens so quickly, you have the teachers in the school trying to figure out how to now move this setting that's outside of the home into the home, but not really thinking about all of the things that need to change. You cannot take what you do in school and bring it home. And they kind of just put it all together and threw it at us. And the parents were just kind of like, now I'm doing all this work. Some people will hire out, a coach or maybe like a high school student to come in and help them with their kids. I did it myself, and it's very challenging. I'm so happy the kids just finished school last week, and I'm like, woo, freedom.
What's she gonna do in September?
Right.
And ain't gonna be no more sports. What's the kids? What they gonna do? There ain't gonna be no sports.
I know.
So again, it's about architecting. Even being diabetic, you have to have a plan every day to make sure you can breathe 24 hours. There's a discipline that you have to live. Well, we have to architect what education and what life is going to look like in the next 2 years, regardless of what it was. What is it going to be? And if you wait for it to happen, then you're going to be backpedaling. You got to architect it now so that you're prepared. Like whoever has questions is going to get lost. Who got answers, you're going to be the boss. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're trying to get these answers now.
And then that's what's so important about the Diabetes Empowerment Summit, because these are people with diabetes who need the answers. They're people who are getting diagnosed every day with type 1 or type 2 and getting all kinds of misinformation, some from doctors, and trying to feel their way. Now, I'm really trying to feel your way during a pandemic.
You see see the people commenting on Dame's IG though. I mean, and some people are okay, but you can see people talking about, oh, just take this cinnamon, take this okra. It's like, man,
dumb shit.
Look,
It's
dumb shit, right? Like people just.
It's always somebody that's not diabetic telling somebody how not to be diabetic. It'd be like,
I'm saying.
diabetic. You really think I can kickstart my pancreas by drinking tea? That's not gonna
Some
happen.
okra.
It's not
I
gonna
see it
happen.
every time you post something though. Every time you post something, I just want, but I'm not into like the fighting on the internet bullshit. So I just see it and I'm shaking my head like these people, like just read one article, anyway. So yeah, everybody needs to get educated and that's what we're here for.
And
So
then we need to put those systems in place for people to become educated. And in a whole nother way, because we're not going outdoors. We're going to be in here for a minute.
Right.
yep.
Right.
And also, they better be prepared to catch it if they don't eat right, because it's about to hit everybody. Diabetes is about to hit everybody like COVID if they keep eating all this meat and all these preservatives and all this GMO. That's what's killing us as a culture. So just knowing how to eat is going to have a way you could avoid even catching diabetes in the first place.
So is this lovely gentleman going to be part of our interview as well? He's very welcome to be.
Well, the senator, so he was here, we getting ready to get to work on some other things. I think it's important that the guys that are really fighting for us are the ones that we empower and make famous, because what happens is,
I agree.
I feel like celebrities, rather Republicans, the only Republicans that have been president the last couple of times were either on television, Reagan and Trump, or billionaires, and we don't have a network to showcase our own, the people that are fighting for our agenda, not their agenda. It seems like the only time one of us get on CNN is when Trump yells at us, and that's not cool to me. So I think it's time to showcase our real heroes. And this is a guy, like I said, if I talk to him about something that's hurting the people, he goes and tries to get it done.
So I didn't know he was going to be here, but now that he is, do you want to? So we're not recording yet. Do you want to start recording with?
Record.
No,
Record.
no, we're not. We're sitting here chatting. I didn't get started. I have to introduce the interview. Come on, man. We did this 2 times before. So let me
You on
introduce.
my live? I know you on live right now.
Oh well, I didn't know. Well, this shouldn't be on live. This is a registration event, my man. Come on.
I'm
All
bootlegging.
right, it's okay.
I'm bootlegging.
Okay. All right. So tell me your name. Tell me your name.
Eddie
So I can
Melton.
get it right.
EDDIE Melton, MELTON.
Senator Eddie Miller.
Senator Eddie Milton.
Yeah.
And tell me, is there a county or a
Yeah,
specific
Senate District 3 in Indiana.
District 3, Indiana? I was going to say there hasn't been any interview that we've done before where we have not been smoking. So let's keep the consistency.
Well, I'm a senator right now. We're gonna make sure I can get him hot.
No, we all right.
Okay. All right. So then I'm going to start recording. And then let's start. I love that we can start with this political angle because this is a beautiful, I would say, coincidence. I want to hear from Eddie about what you just said about that insulin bill. So I'm going to get started. Well, and Kiana, you jump in any minute. You are just cut me off anytime. I want to hear what you have to say always. All right. Let's get this started. All right. Let's record this. Hey everybody, welcome to the Diabetes Empowerment Summit. I'm Danielle Hargenrader, and this beautiful woman to my left, I don't know where she's coming from on your screen, is Kiana Drew, my co-host. And below here is Damon Dash, and I'm going to say Eddie Milton, Senator Eddie Milton, District 3, Indiana. And we were just talking off screen about insulin pricing. So I want to just hear kind of what you just said, Eddie. Thank you, first of all, for sitting here and sharing what you're doing with this audience. Can you say what you were just talking about what you're doing to try to pass a bill or a law to regulate insulin pricing?
And not even diabetic, and he's fighting for us.
Thank you.
Based off the conversation, I came out to visit Dame probably about 6 or 7 months ago. And through a conversation, he was telling me about his experience as being a diabetic. We talked to some other folks that's in the industry that works from a medical perspective. And just started doing my own research. And I have a lot of loved ones and family members that's impacted by it. And looking at what can we do from a policy perspective to address some of these issues. I know in Indiana, one compelling story that came to me in my health committee was that there were two sisters, and one of the sisters said that in their household, they can only afford, one of them can only afford the medication, the insulin, and they had to ration it. You take it this day, I take it the next day. So that's when we started the conversations on what can we do as a state. I worked with Senator Ed Charbonneau, which is a Republican, and we worked in a bipartisan fashion. Although we didn't get everything that we wanted in the bill, we did start with the process in terms of making sure that individuals don't need a prescription to get it. Right now, we're looking at what we can do more to lower the cost overall for folks.
You can't charge $130 or $45, right?
Right. So ultimately, we're trying to get to the point where this is a high priority issue. And when we look at what's happening with COVID-19 and one of those underlying factors, especially in the minority community, we know that diabetes runs rampant. So it's something that we have to take a high priority.
And controlling it is a high priority because, diabetes is a slow killer if you're not taking care of it, but it'll become a fast killer if you catch a cold today.
Right. And it's one thing to take care of it, but if you don't have the insulin to take care of it and you need it, that's the foundation of it all. So thank you for doing that work. And is that, and I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this, but is that actually in process now, or is that just kind of still in the introductory phase? Because I certainly know a lot about diabetes, but not about law. So
it's in process. In Indiana, we're in session from January, during a short session from January to March. So that was recently passed. This upcoming 2021 session will be in from January till about April. So it was a budget session, a longer session, and we'll be addressing some more of those fiscal issues.
See, I think what people don't understand is you can sit around and complain, you can talk about what's wrong with the system all day and identify it, but all it's going to do is aggravate you without a solution.
Right.
So the solution in these modern times are to change old laws that were made by old thinking people. Yeah. And I think it's important for our culture to understand how to make true change, what it means to lobby and get a law made, and what you can do other than just talk. You know what I mean? So as opposed to complaining about things, I'm going to have some people that are around me that are about some real action that can also teach people how to be about action, because action should be contagious as well. But the right action, not the action where you're so frustrated you start breaking shit, the action where you have a solution that actually gives you change so your children don't have to struggle. That's the only action that really counts. Right now, to me, we're awash. Our circumstance, we're in it already. I'm going to make sure my child that's about to be born doesn't have to go through the same problems that I do. Exactly. That's what I'm architecting right now, which is another reason why I was saying this education piece is a big deal, because we don't know what education is going to look like for the next 2 years, but it looks like it's going to be at home. So now you have to know how to take care of your health from home and also educate your children from home. And if there's not a solution for that, there's going to be nothing but chaos, along with the unemployment and frustrated parents.
Absolutely. Kiana, anything you would like to add to that, please?
Well, yes, definitely. Something I wanted to know more about, with the law now just being passed, when does it come into effect, and going forward, what does this mean for someone who doesn't have their insulin? They're able to just walk in and ask for any type of insulin without a prescription?
Well, I need to get the specifics on the procedural aspect of getting it from the doctor and things of that nature. But the governor, everything goes into effect July 1. So every single law that we pass as a legislature, the governor had up until July 1 to sign it into law.
So today?
Yes. It's the final days for any legislation that we pass as a General Assembly. So I can get the bill number to Dame. He can share it with you all. You can have a little bit more background and research on it.
Yeah, I would like to know more about that and how that's going to help.
So when that law happens, we need to celebrate that he did it.
I agree. Thank you. So much celebration.
And that really came from a conversation, just kicking it.
Right.
Yeah, but that's how I think most of the best things happen, when two people who actually care about the greater good of humanity get together, and then they have ideas and then they bring them to fruition. I think personally that's how.
But to Dane's point, there's a sense of accountability on everybody's part, right? Especially the lawmakers. But what I try to tell my constituents is this: you have a role to play in this. You can easily participate by calling your local state rep, your state senator, educate them on issues, because When I hear silence on something, that's an indicator to me that everything must be okay, right? On a certain issue that come up in the Senate. Now, if I get phone calls, emails, letters that saying, Senator, please vote no against Bill XYZ, that's a clear indication to me that, hey, this is a problem with my community on this issue. Now, the accountability on my end is I have to also be cognizant of what I need to educate them on and inform them that could potentially impact them so they can know, hey, Senate Bill XYZ is going to be bad. Call the senators, call the governors, call the state representatives and tell them to vote no. But everyone, I'm sure, that's either going to be listening, they can go to their legislature, they can help testify, right? You can walk in, sign up in Indiana, and testify on a bill. Anybody can do that. And one testimony can change the trajectory of any legislation.
And this might be a stupid question, but is this just in Indiana, or can this happen in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
In Indiana, if it works well, then the rest of the country is looking. Then it could be something that's implemented through the whole state, through the whole country.
Okay. All right.
It's like, if you use your state as an example, then there's no reason not to implement another one.
Right.
And they all kick it with each other.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. And thank you for stepping up to fight for our community. Even I know you're not a person with diabetes, but that's how movements happen when we have to bring everybody in.
But it is our responsibility to know how to do something other than complain. So when we say some shit, we could be like, I could say, look, I don't like the education, so I'm sitting with 90 principals in the OSG network from all over the country to talk about new curriculum and how to help things. If I don't like a law, if I think things are too expensive or something is bad for people, because I'm not that affected, I'm in a different percent. But still, I'm not going to just talk about it. I'm going to go and figure out how to get the law passed. I'm going to get a senator and we're going to kick it. And that's what we do. I kick it with people that are about that action, and also showcase it, like make it cool. See, right now we have a network, we have a voice where we can showcase the right point of view. We can deprogram people because everyone's programmed to be thinking that they're chasing a dream that doesn't exist and they're unhappy because they can't ever get it. And we're programmed to think we're supposed to do things in a certain kind of an order. What I like what you said is that you have an apparatus that's not FDA approved. Well, can I say that?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. There's a whole community. Thousands and thousands of us are out here straight flying in the face of the FDA saying we're doing this.
My point is, you're not going to be uncomfortable when you know something exists just because the government doesn't pass it. You're going to take matters into your own hand. Yeah. This is a time in this place of disruption that the positive in it is that there will be change. And the question is, who's going to be the person to change it? And who has a plan for the future, not complaining or being scared? What are we going to do? You got to have the answers now. It's a good time to have them. It's a good time to take matters into your own hand because there's no protocol for what's going on. The end of the world never happened before, at least not recently.
Yep.
So everything new, and it's good. It's a good time for new laws because every law that was passed, most of those people had slaves. Most of those people oppressed women. So those laws were passed so that it could be legal to oppress us and we don't know it. The best way to keep a slave silent is for him not to know he's a slave.
Mm-hmm. And to not let them read. Just the whole, I don't even want to,
Like, why you don't think they teach us how to pass laws in school, really?
Yeah.
Like, they touch on it.
Right.
But it's not really like you understand what it means to make change. You got to get a law passed to make it legal.
Yep.
Or you just complain.
I agree. And Kiana and I were talking off air before we got on here but in the same vein of what you're talking about is making it cool. Speaking of that, not healing is gangsta. Kiana, do you want to talk about that? Because I think making mental health cool is one of the most important aspects of the traumatic healing that needs to happen in our country and the world. So what else were you saying about that?
One thing I'll share with you, Dean. So I had mentioned I struggled a long time. It took me a good, I want to say, 11 years to say I got to stop and I need to take care of myself. And it had more to do with my mental health. And so I know you have a show on your network, which is Healing is Gangsta, and it has more so to do with mental health. I was not able to get to the place that I am and taking care of my health until I first addressed the fact that my perspective was different about being diagnosed with type 1, and I had more of like complaining, woe is me, or rebellion. So sometimes when you're diagnosed with something, or it could just be your upbringing that causes you to rebel, and you have to actually get into your own mind to start to break down those old beliefs. And it's on mental health. And once I got to a point where I changed my perspective about my diagnosis, I also had to deal with an eating disorder that was, I don't want to say that diabetes caused it, but if I didn't get over that disorder, I was never going to be able to tackle diabetes. And so I would not take my insulin on purpose just to lose weight. So I was manipulated. And then I was also in a place of being an artist and not having any health insurance. So even when I wanted to take care of myself, and I said, no, I'm gonna fight this thought pattern of trying to be skinny and not taking my insulin. I didn't have enough money to buy it because, I was surrounded around people, and I actually stayed with Missy Elliott for some time. I was signed to her, and I was very, very quiet about everything that I was going through. I internalized everything, and what I needed was someone to talk to help me unravel all of this stuff that was in here. But once I got to that place where I had to sit down, talk with myself, and say, no, you can't keep doing this, and made my mental health and perspective differently, then I was able to tackle the next thing, which was diabetes. Something that I like you were saying earlier about the way that the structure is now, there's too many reasons why people fall by the wayside, and they are uneducated. Some are uneducated because of their socioeconomic class, or because some of it has to do with their upbringing and their culture and their beliefs surrounded around whether it's mental health or your diagnosis with diabetes. You have people with always schizophrenia because they're used to that being, in our community. What is going to change, and what are we going to do to implement something that stops the fact that there's this big pool of people that are not getting the help that they need, and that's really just going around the system.
Well, here's the fundamental issue. Number one, I'm just say two things. Number one, us as Black people don't know trauma. We don't recognize it as trauma. So, me as a young kid, I could see a kid get, literally shot in his head, watch his head swell up and die, and then go back to class. And no one would ask me if I was all right. I didn't ask myself if I was all right. It just became normal. You're not able to recognize that it is trauma. You think it's normal. And also, a lot of the studies on therapy come from people that aren't from our culture, because our culture doesn't get therapy. So sometimes when we do look for the help, it's not the right help, because the data doesn't come from us, it comes from them. So it also becomes a tool to control us as well. Now, it's crazy from my perspective on diabetes and when I hear other people's. Now, when I was younger, I was about 15. I just became sexually active. I was enjoying myself to levels that, I just discovered things. And all of a sudden, I started losing weight and pissing, and Magic had just caught AIDS, or, they just announced it. So, obviously, I thought I had the bomb. And for a month, I thought I was going to die, that I could never touch a girl again. And if I felt terrible, I was like, just give me another chance. Please, anything. So when it got to a point where I couldn't move, and my mom was like, you're going to the doctor. And I lost so much weight, and the rumors was going. When the doctor came back and said diabetes, I'm still celebrating it. I was jumping for joy. I just got to take a needle. This is all I got to do. Give it to me, quick. I'll take it every day. And that's how I feel now. I feel like because the cards that were dealt to me gives me a chance to be in the steering wheel, that it's my obligation, and always has been, to live life to the fullest and appreciate that second chance. And that's why I do it. I promise you, it was like almost the best thing that ever happened to me because now I have no choice but to stay in shape. And I'm 50, I'm 49, and I'm in better shape than most kids. You know what I mean?
I do, and you would say that diabetes has a lot to do with that. Is kind of what I'm getting from this. You probably wouldn't.
That's what I said. It made me better. Because I have no choice but to be in tip top, no matter what.
Exactly.
Plus, I like, and also if I like the way I look. What I was told is, yo, if you don't take care of your diabetes, you get old fast. And I'm like, I'm not trying to get old fast. I like looking good. You know? And then also, I noticed that people are quiet about it. And I think it's gangster to be doing everything I've done great. I've done diabetic. With diabetes, I did it.
That's why me and Kiana are standing right here in front of you, because we also think it's something to be celebrated. And I think that all the focus gets put on all the negative side, and we don't sit
My
here
point
talking
of
about
that was the mental health
side.
part of it, the narrative.
Yep.
If you're not perfect, then you're wrong. If your life has no struggle, then, if you have struggle in life and it's not perfect, then you have to, hurt yourself to get there. That's the pattern. That's the thing that makes us hate ourselves when we don't like the life that we're chasing. We just have to know what we want. Health is our wealth.
Yes.
And when something hurts, you got to be like, yo, ow, that shit hurt, and I don't want it to happen no more. Mm-hmm. And if I need some help to get it, it's strong to take care of shit that's bothering you. It's weak to ignore it.
So on that point where you're saying that people with diabetes need to kind of be more vocal and speak up, what would you say for somebody who is where you are, very confident, feeling like diabetes is a blessing, but for those of the people out there that are watching, thousands of people who are like, what is this man talking about? How do I get there? How do I start that healing process? What would you say to them?
First, I would say, my approach is not so nice. I'd be like, pull your skirt up, man. Look at me. We're not here for life to be easy. We're here to fight for what we love. And if you don't love yourself, you'll never be able to love anybody else. So unless you want your daughter or your girl to be wiping your butt or to be, pushing you around because you just lost a leg, you better get your shit together. And if you work harder, you'll be better than everyone else. Because look at me. I'm your future. And there's two futures. One is in the box, or one is outside the box. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside the box. I'm not getting in that box no time soon. Not if I'm in the wheel. If I'm in control, I'm not putting myself there. That makes no sense. And for my kids, I'm not gonna let them see me weak. So that's what I would say. Like, yo, if you love yourself, bro, and it ain't not too much to talk about. There's innovations, and also it was a lot harder back in the day. It's way easier now. You're lucky. Don't complain. Be happy you ain't got something else. Be happy you got your legs still. Be happy you can breathe.
Count your blessings.
Like, you know what it is not to be able to breathe. Or somebody tell you you're going to die in 3 months and ain't shit you can do about it, but think about it. That's not what happened here. You just got a life with a needle. Big deal. It's not that bad.
Thank you.
Something I'd like to add, once again, it was your perspective. And one thing, as someone who is a fan of yours, and I look up to you and your work ethic, and you have always been someone to push. So I think maybe innately have always just maybe been born, and if I'm wrong, please let me know, but you've been born to just be like, I hustle, I push. You're not going to tell me that this defines me. I'm going to show you. So sometimes people are diagnosed and they don't have that. They may think I have these shackles on my feet because I'm diagnosed, and look at now all the things I can't do. Or someone with your mindset, and we need to teach people how to get into that mindset. Like, yeah, look at these weights, and look at everything I still do with all this weight on my back.
Right. That's what the Dash Diabetes Network is. That's what the Dash Diabetes Network is. To share innovation and to show what you can do if you take care of yourself, and show what you look like if you don't, and what your family looks like. Hey, Rocky, where you go? Come on back. And what your family look like. Because at the end of the day, like, if I'm only fighting for me, I'm fighting the wrong fight. I'm fighting for the people I love. And I would never put that burden on them. If I know they love me the most, I know they're going to be by my side. I know they're going to do, and they're going to cry when you know what I mean? I could take it. but I'm not gonna do that to my pretty daughters or my son.
Thanks for having me on. I'm gonna let Rocky sit back in the chair.
Thank you, Eddie. Really appreciate all you're doing for our community. Thank you.
That was a treat.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with you because that is part of the reason why I changed my mentality. Once I became a mother, I started having visions like, you know what? My daughter's gonna want to shop for a prom dress, and what if I'm gonna be complaining? What if I don't have a foot? What if she's gotta wheel me around to find her prom dress because she wants to go try it on in the store? I started thinking about all these things, and then I had to sit there and I was like, no, that is not. I thought about what I wanted my life to look like, and that's what I encourage people to think. You gotta think about what you want your life to be. From the moment you were born, what's that dash? What does that say? You don't want it to say, I gave up. You know, because what comes after that is not good. But yeah, my family.
Also, when I was young, it was like if you don't stay in shape, it'll mess your sex up. And I wasn't having that either. I need to have that blood flowing.
That's a good motivator for a lot of people.
Well, can I just say that we were with a Freza in Chicago, actually, at the American Diabetes Association conference.
Yep.
And there was a kid there, and he was drinking a Gatorade and had Doritos in his hand, right? And his dad told Damon, "Oh yeah, my son is type 1." Damon's like, "What are you? Is your sugar low? What are you doing with that Gatorade?" And he was like, "No." And the dad was telling him how he doesn't really try to care about his diabetes. Damon pulled him to the side and said, "Look, you like girls?" And the guy was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, your dick is not going to work if you don't get your blood sugar under control." His face went white, and I swear his life changed in that moment.
That's all you need to hear sometimes. It could be 1 second you get an aha where you're like,
It's a light bulb,
everything
right?
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, the first light bulb is when your vision gets blurry. That's when you be like, I'm not playing those games.
Yeah.
But you get that first floater, you be like, nah, dog, I gotta get my eyes right. Okay, my sugar.
We just went to the doctor recently.
Yeah, but I had some floaters. They had to laser this up right now. You know what I mean? I ain't
You
trying.
got the laser treatment, and that took care of it.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I gotta get some
All right.
more, but the COVID, it wasn't that urgent. But I still was like, I'll be back. But yeah, this was
It was right before COVID
right
happened.
before COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say something that I love seeing on your Instagram is Rocky putting on your Dexcom. I was just wondering, how did that start? Like, was it just like, did it just happen naturally, or were you just like, I'm not doing this, you do it? Because it's
Doesn't
nice
do
to
it.
have help from
I've
someone that
never
you
done
love.
it.
He's never put it on
Rocky,
before.
Rocky takes care of it. She's very nurturing. We call her Mother Nurture. And, you know, she's the one that took care of me getting it. She saw how important it was for me to have it. And Nicolette, get the phone.
Outside, hold on.
Oh, and she was the one, you know, she just basically does everything in my life that I won't do for myself. I would have done it if I had to, but she just wants it perfect, you know? And I like it. I like the attention.
Yeah, it's nice to have attention from someone that you love that wants you to live and be healthy, right?
Yeah, I feel like she's definitely investing in our future and keeping me healthy. She keeps everything around us healthy. The dogs are healthy. If you walk in this house, she's gonna get you healthy. If you stay here, she works you out. She had me doing. I was doing prenatal yoga yesterday. You know what I mean? Because see, the thing about a person that loves themselves. You know, I was telling someone about this before. If I meet a girl, I go to her house and the house dirty, I'll be like, yo, she don't clean house for herself. She ain't gonna be able to clean my house or our house. If I meet a girl and she don't cook for herself, she definitely ain't cooking for me. You know? So when you come across a person that knows how to love themselves, you're gonna get the karmic buckshot of it. This is why they loving themselves. I'm gonna get some of that too. But she knows how to love herself so well that she knows how to love others, you know, confidently. And you know, she was talking about how you put the Dexcom on me. I was like, she ain't never not put the Dexcom. I don't even know how to do it, I don't think.
The only one I didn't put on it was the Omnipod. You did that. You did that one.
Because you wasn't with me at the time.
Right.
You wasn't that close.
Because you weren't in the room.
I was not. I didn't even understand diabetes.
After she wanted to be my girlfriend but wouldn't admit it. That's why. She had a crush on me for a minute.
Okay. And it worked so hard to get that Dexcom when it came out. Yeah, no. When I tried to get that Dexcom,
she got that Dexcom all right. I gave it to her.
When we first found out about it, I felt like it took me 3 months to go through insurance to get Dexcom, to just go over and over about getting approved and going why but so when I finally got it, I was so proud that I was definitely eager to put it on. Now
like literally,
he wakes me up in the middle of the night to put it on. Oh, my sensor just died. We have to put it on. And then if I don't put it on, I get nervous that he's going to go low. So
she's also saved my life about 3 times this week, because if it goes low and I don't hear it, she got to be like, get up.
Yeah, if he's
it's 70 and it has to be jelly beans in my mouth. I don't know what I would have done. I'm high and drunk. If she wasn't next to me, I wouldn't get drunk. I'll go to bed.
Well, that's very beautiful that you have them take care of you like that, because I would say that's an angel that you have sitting there on your side.
I ain't no angel this fine. I get it.
Oh man.
My daughter is that for me. So when I have her alone, I will ask her to get me one of her snacks, and she'll run and go get them. So she's 8 now. With that sleepy face, and we're cuddling, and then I'm like, I think I'm having a low. And I'm like, can you get me one of your little grocery packs? And she'll run into the kitchen, go grab it, take it, and put it in my mouth.
Oh, sweetheart.
What do you use to get your sugar back up? I use Mike and Ike's and
jelly beans and Swedish fish.
What's your method to get your sugar back up? Oh, that's a waste of sugar.
She's super she's super healthy, athletic.
I mean, you gotta get sugar. Why don't you get some jelly beans or something? You know what I mean?
Because I don't want high fructose corn syrup, and somebody like you, I think you understand why I don't want that nasty shit in my body. You get it?
Yeah, but that shit is disgusting that you got in there. What is that? Let me see.
This is organic honey.
Oh,
talking about Mike and Ike.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I might do some organic honey. I like that. Look cool. I like that. How quick does it get you back?
But how
quick does it get you back?
Actually, sometimes too quick. Like this thing has 24 grams of carbs. Sometimes I'll pinch the middle and only take half of it because it's so strong and it works so fast that sometimes it'll put you up too quick.
How fast is so fast?
I don't know, 8 minutes, 7 minutes?
Because I'm 15. I'm like, give me 15. Like, I need 15.
He just loves candy. That's the thing. So it's like honey is like, I can see him already complaining.
Well, this is flavored mango orange. So
I don't have to order that.
Honey.
Yeah, do you get it on Amazon? Where do you get it?
I'll take it for a test drive, though. I ain't like what you, the fructose thing of that. You're right.
I try to usually get organic, but
she does go organic.
I usually get the gummies from Whole Foods. Oh, you take those? Damon's gonna have an earful for you.
I don't like those at all. I'm
it's like eating shampoo. That's what you eat, shampoo?
Yeah, I can't eat those either. I really can't.
Stick to these. I'll take the tablet, I'll sit and wait and watch to see the hours go up on the desktop. So this is just for that. And I put it in my car, I carry them this quick. Like I always carry these.
See, that's the wrong narrative. That's the wrong narrative. For me, if I'm going to be if I got diabetes, I'm going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. So for me, I had a problem with that as well. So Skittles used to be my go-to thing, but I also had a very bad self-control problem. So I realized my own problem and I cut it off. But I'm not saying that that's going to be everybody's problem, but it was mine. So, yeah.
Did you ever start your sex show that you were talking about?
Well, I was hired by Novo Nordisk to go speak about sex in front of their sex and diabetes in front of their, I guess their employees over in Denmark. I went over there last June. I spoke at 2 diabetes camps over the summer last August and also in June, later in June about sex and diabetes. So I didn't start a show, but I did manifest the energy around what I wanted to do to make at least 3 public speaking events on it happen. So
that's
thank you for
amazing.
Yeah.
And
so why don't we do a sex show?
Why don't we do one? I don't know. Why don't we? About sex and diabetes or just sex in general?
Sex and diabetes and more sex.
Okay. That's something that we could definitely do.
We spoke about it before. That's why I remembered it.
I know. I followed up. I emailed you multiple times. I didn't hear back. So I'm just saying, I'm here. I'm ready.
You should
probably
call
my
me.
fault.
I don't do the
I'll give you Damon's direct email.
No, give me a direct number.
I'll give you Damon's direct number.
I'm not
That's
email.
really interesting. You have to have a specific type of partner to be able to deal with the nuances that come with sex and diabetes.
Yes, you do.
Is it nuance? Is it nuance that you like to have a lot of it? Because that's the only problem she has.
No, the nuance is that when you're low, your stuff don't work.
That's not true. I'm telling you, I'd be like, sometimes I'm telling you, I'd be like, damn, I was at 70. I don't know how I finished that one off, but it's just, I don't know. It's not happening. I'm good. It's been great.
You would be the first guest on your show, so you could teach other people with diabetes how they could be at 70, 69, and still go.
70 and still 69.
It's still 69. I like that show. That's a good one.
That's my girl. We're always co-creating something. Yes. Okay.
You guys work well together.
Yeah, they would know. They're so strong.
And we can thank diabetes for us coming together, me and Kiana, because otherwise we would not know each other. So very grateful. So tell us a little bit more. I want to hear from Rocky about health as well, because I think that's your baby, so to speak.
Yes.
And I think that health is the number one wealth, because anybody can have all the money in the world, but if you're about to die, it literally means nothing. So can you just give us a little background on why that's so important to you? Because I think people out there need to hear, from you as a type 3, as you call it, a caretaker.
Yeah.
Why is that so important to you, and how do you kind of bring that into how you care for diabetes as well?
It's something that Damon has kind of pushed me into. I just really, I enjoy cooking. I enjoy eating. I enjoy doing yoga. I enjoy learning the newest things to help you be healthy. I enjoy being healthy myself, but I also like to indulge in eating good food. So like last night, I like creating. So Damon was like, well, we need to do a show. We need to show people like all the stuff that you like to do and all the knowledge that you have. That way I can spread it. He wanted to spread it to his community and show them that this is not something that's gross. Health, like we lived in North Carolina for about 7 months. And when we were there, a lot of his friends would come over for dinner. And I was like, oh yeah, we have, at that time we were eating meat. And I said, oh, I have organic, all these things that were organic. They're like, oh no, I don't want that. That's gross. And I was like, I don't even understand what you mean. Why do you think organic is gross? They're like, oh, that's just gross. I'll just go down the street and go get some fried chicken from, KFC. It blew my mind that just the stigma with organic was like nasty granola rather than health food and like life-saving.
You can have an organic cheeseburger and she'll say, oh, it's organic. My friend's like, oh, no, I gotta go to McDonald's. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? And that really happened often. Still does.
So from there, I would try and explain to them how it was better and how the stuff that they were eating was hurting them. So from that, Damon kind of pushed me to share that on a bigger platform of television.
She takes care of me so well, and she makes being healthy so easy. She makes being diabetic so easy that I felt the rest of the world should know how having good taste in life isn't so expensive. Like, you have this thing where you think you have to be a chef, or you have to have a certain amount of bread to be a vegan or a vegetarian, and you only have a certain amount of things to eat. But actually, taking care of yourself is cool. It makes no sense to spend so much money on a foreign car and clothes and all these material, physical things, and to be eating the same food that a dope fiend eats. It makes no sense not to eat designer food. So the thing is to make eating well aspirational, almost like as if you got to be rich to do it just because you're smart. And
it's just this is a variety, like you said. I think that's one of the most damaging beliefs is that people feel like they're going to be limited when they're vegan or even vegetarian. But what I found from switching from eating meat many years ago, I have so many more options.
Me too.
Because I wasn't thinking, right?
Me too. I hardly cook the same meal within a month because I just like exploring different ideas.
And turning something that was not vegan into vegan or vegetarian, it's just like, and it's better because there's no guilt, there's no veins, there's no doo-doo, there's no flesh, there's no nauseous, there's no pus running around your body.
Nobody has to die.
Nobody got to
exactly.
die. None got to get killed.
And it's a fun challenge for me, and I like.
She loves it.
I love seeing people that come and stay with us be converted almost.
But like this, the senator could have met me at the office because he's staying right up the block, and he was like, "You want to meet you at your house?" I was like, "Huh? Oh, you want breakfast?" He was like, "Yeah." Because you see it on the Instagram, and it's funny because like my friends that are relatively supposed to be tough, like kind of like real gangster, they'll be like, "Yo, what's that shit Rocky made? I'm going to the store right now to make some cupcakes or whatever it is." I'm like, "Huh?" You know what I'm saying? And it would be like that would be the talk, and it'd be like them like we're talking. Let me talk to Rocky for a second. So you mean I got to crack this? You know what I mean? They're talking about spices and shit.
Or like my favorite one was a couple years ago. I made some cake, pineapple upside down cake, and he got a call from someone he hadn't spoken to in years, but he didn't want to talk to Damon. He just wanted to talk about the upside down cake.
I want to talk about the cake. I'm like, all right.
He's like, "How are you talking to?"
He started sending me pictures of cakes. But not the ones that used to be, you know what I mean? A different kind. Like, you know the cakes I'm used to showing me, pause.
Yeah, well, that's you're doing good work. You're converting people one vegan at a time, and that's how it has to happen. I was going to say, Kiana, do you have any thoughts on this? I don't know what you're...
Yeah, Damon said something, as I'm hearing you guys speak, Damon said, you got these, you're getting these designer clothes and designer cars, but how about, in my mind, then I started thinking, how about food designed by God?
Oh! Yes.
That's what we're supposed to be eating, food designed by God.
Yes.
I want to know I know that Rocky was influential in your health and converting you to are you all vegan now, or are you just
We were all
We
vegan
were in
until
the-
somebody got pregnant.
Yes.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. I'm not eating meat, but I had to. Yeah.
Cheese and Cheetos.
Okay. Well,
Eggos are back. Cheetos are back. And cheese and pizza.
the baby wants some cheese. Okay,
Yes.
it's all right.
I'm all right with it. I'm loving it. I'm like, eggs? I get eggs again? Oh, shit.
Oh gosh, all in moderation.
Yeah. So that's been a splurge for us, but before that we were completely vegan, and so just right now we're vegetarian for the time being until I get grossed out again, probably.
I'm not gonna lie, nothing's whacker than catching a reaction during sex. Though I thought about it, that has happened, and I had to be like, oh, I gotta, right? Right.
Yeah, exactly. It happens. You're not.
Sometimes I was just thinking about the time this happened. I was like, damn, I had a reaction. I didn't even know it. And then I'll be like, let me see candy. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden.
It's a real buzzkill, right?
Yeah.
It sucks. I hate that. I hate it. And if she gives me food late, and I took some insulin, and sometimes it starts kicking in because it might be carbs. I take a lot. I take this. What's the one I take?
Fias.
That Fias works in 15 minutes, but it keeps working.
Are you still using Impressa or not?
Yes.
I use both.
Okay.
If I eat a lot of carbs, I'll take the Fias. If I'm high, I want to get a little quick, I hit the Afrezza, and when I go to sleep, it's the Afrezza. I don't like having insulin in me when I'm sleeping.
So we're pretty much on our Nova Nordic products and the Mankind products and the Dexcom.
And we use the one drop for my test.
One drop for his test strips. Test strips.
That's one drop.
You use one drop too?
I use one drop too, yeah.
Yes.
That's for help with it's cool.
Yep, it's a sexy meter.
It is a sexy meter.
Yeah.
And they're making it so available now. What,
It's in Walmart and all that shit. Apple Store.
Apple stores, Walmart.
Jeff, the CEO, is a smart cat.
Very
Yeah,
smart.
I interviewed him years ago at this point, but maybe I should get a second interview with him.
No, he's
And I'll
great.
Go to his office. He shitted on my office. I was like, oh shit. I thought my shit was hard.
Oh man, I was gonna say, Kiana, I don't know if you have a question or you were asking a question, but I was gonna say finish it up because I think you had one, but I'm not sure. I don't want to cut you off.
Yes, it was food related. Like, what is right now? I know you're more so vegetarian, but like, walk us through basically what you eat throughout the day. People might want to know what that kind of looks like. Your breakfast.
No, that's terrible. If I'm not watching him, he will eat potato chips, so I have to hide them in our house.
That's my vice, potato chips.
But I like, that's really,
Sour cream
that's
and
really
onion?
bad. So he,
I need that.
okay, so food throughout the day. So right now, well, when we were vegan, it would be just egg, scrambled egg in the morning. Which, how did that affect your blood sugar? It gave you it was a little carby because it comes from beans, so mung beans.
Yes, I wondered how that tasted, by the way.
It's good.
It's real good.
I will tell you how to flavor it up.
It's real good.
But they have one now that's like a folded egg in the freezer section.
Oh,
It's
I didn't see that.
amazing. Like it's like an egg sandwich, and then the Beyond sausage.
Oh yeah, that.
Yes, amazing. And they have the breakfast sausage now that is
They have
insane.
so much. It is insane.
We just had it.
So we do that like a scrambled egg, and you put the secret ingredient though is black salt. Black salt has a very high sulfur taste. You can find it in
like eggs.
it tastes like eggs. So I like to add it in extra into those
Just like eggs.
eggs, and then add in some like vegan cheese, onions and peppers. The more kind of onion, peppers, even mushrooms, the more stuff you add into it, the better it feels, and the longer it's gonna hold you.
Feel full, yeah.
So that would be breakfast, and sometimes we eat breakfast later.
But you always pass like a shake or something, some protein shake or something.
Right, so we'll do like a protein shake in the morning, and I have to limit. I like a banana in mine. I only can give him a little bit, or his sugar goes crazy.
Yep.
And then for snack, he loves cucumbers, so cucumber. Like a cucumber salad.
Is a good, better than potato chips. If it was fried mushrooms around or some cucumbers, I'm good. But if I like fried mushrooms more than anything.
The newest thing that we're doing in this house is slicing up raw sweet potatoes and dipping them in hummus. And I don't know why people are not eating raw sweet potatoes. It is the crunchiest, most delicious.
It really?
thing. I've been obsessed with it for the past couple weeks.
It's not gonna work.
I can try that.
I can't do
I
it.
haven't
They're
tried
low
that.
glycemic index, though. I'm saying.
I saw so
I don't think I can do that.
he's not a sweet potato fan, so that's not. You can't even do sweet potato coke.
I'm thinking of a raw sweet potato right now. I'm about to bite my finger right now. I'm like,
Oh man, all right.
But actually, I'm into that. I've seen, so if you cut the sweet potato longwise and you stick it into the toaster, it'll toast up, and then you can put everything, all your,
that one,
you put your stuff on it in the morning, so you can put your avocado toast or everything, all that stuff on.
It's definitely white people shit.
But that was like a big trend like a year or two ago. They would use the sweet potato as the bread, and I'm curious that I'm into that because sweet potatoes are amazing, and you can have some sweet potatoes that don't have as much sugar in them. Then you get the Japanese ones. Your sugar is probably going to go crazy. They're super sweet.
How do you feel about cauliflower?
I
Love cauliflower. I made
I have some pour some of that up anytime.
Yeah, Damon, look, if I can fry up anything, he's going to be happy, but I try
Fried
not
broccoli?
to do that.
Oh my God, fried broccoli.
But I try and,
Fried asparagus tips? Oh my God.
so one thing that I really like, one meal I really like that's healthy is a quinoa-based bowl, and then it's a roasted cauliflower. And I like to, right now you can get all the colors of the cauliflower. You can get the yellow, you can get the purple, you can get the white. And then I roast those up, and then I saute some onions and peppers and put that in the quinoa.
Bro, tell what you made yesterday. You made some shit
Okay,
yesterday.
I'll tell. And then I put do a tahini sauce over everything, and it's. I think it's really good.
Chicken parmesan.
But you can do cauliflower steaks, which are really great if you're into cauliflower. But yesterday, so I made a vegan chicken parmesan, and I used tofu. I marinated the tofu in like a soy sauce base.
That shit was all right.
For like over 30 minutes.
Like that.
And then I lightly breaded it, and then pan fried it, and then stuck it in the oven, and then put some marinara and cheese on top.
Bro, she does this chicken fried steak. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's that chicken fried steak?
I love it because you're just talking, and Dave is like the hype man in the back.
No, he is. He's hyping me up.
Yo, you gotta hear about this cauliflower.
Yeah. We've got a meal for every vegetable. There's certain vegetable he does not do. It's okra and string beans.
No string beans.
Oh, I love string beans.
How about pickles?
What?
You like pickles?
He loves pickles. That's another one of his cucumbers, pickles. He loves that. That's
Pickles and potato chips is good.
Pickled okra is good. Pickled okra.
pickled okra. He won't do okra ever. I will do okra. I'm from the south.
It's like pickled saliva. That's just like, what is that?
I don't like it either. I've tried.
It's too slimy.
Potato salad with cauliflower.
That's making no more.
It's so good.
I'm thinking like frozen okra or like pickled okra.
I could do it,
The
but
potato salad, you call it, I call it potato salad.
ooh,
Potato salad. I like that.
I do too.
Yeah. So you take
Potato salad.
What's in the phone?
What's it's
FAUX.
what you don't like?
Yeah.
Oh, okra. That's no tater salad.
No.
It's going to be cauliflower.
Oh, it's cauliflower instead of potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Potato. It's so good. What I do is I'll boil them, but not so that they're really soft. You still want some dense potato consistency. And then after that, I cut up green peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers, really tiny. I put that in there. I put celery, onion, avocado mayo, which is like a vegan.
Yeah.
I do use eggs. I boil eggs, cut up the egg whites, and I take out the yolk and I mash it up with the avocado.
Yum.
And then I mix all that up. It is so good.
That sounds actually amazing. I'm into that. You know what? He's really liked, which I was surprised, is a like the vegan tuna salad, or you use chickpeas. And
It's not tuna salad.
it's not. It's what they call it. It doesn't taste like tuna. It's chickpea salad. How about it's chickpea salad?
Let's just call it what it is.
Yes, chickpea salad, and he loves it. Especially with the fresh raw onion. You put it on with lettuce and tomato. You can just put it on a salad. It's just
The Spanish fried onion steak or the onion steak you make was that?
oh yeah, the Puerto Rican steak. Yeah,
Puerto Rican
I gotta show you how to make that one.
Oh my goodness.
Are you going to make a video about this? Because I already want to know about it.
They like the TV show. How as well? You gotta cook that. You have to cook those.
No, I want to do a whole Puerto Rican segment, so I've been working.
Yeah, because I just saw the vegan crab cake.
And then she went and started doing pastries. She stopped. She started making pastries.
Well, because you started complaining about your blood sugar.
Nah, keep making them. I'll figure that out.
He's like,
Can we make a low sugar flan? Can we do that?
Just to take more insulin. That's
probably. There's so many different options. What's your favorite kind of sugar substitute?
Stevia for me.
He doesn't like stevia aftertaste.
I don't like stevia at all.
What about monk fruit?
I was going to say monk fruit.
What's that?
Agave.
Agave still has some.
Very sugary. There's 16 grams of carbs per tablespoon of agave.
All you gotta do is take another insulin. Big deal. Take another unit.
That's how he believes it.
Hey man, sometimes I will if I'm making a margarita. So
Gotta live.
Yo, I be stabbing my leg all day.
what's that?
I stab my leg all day. I'm like,
Oh, I just keep the pump on. It's just always 7. It's just in there.
So what do you keep? What does your sugar stay at? Like a normal? Like
Yeah, what's your A1? With all that going on, what's your A1?
The last time I got checked was 5.6.
What?
Yeah, so look, I'll show you. I mean, this is my last 24 hours. I don't know if you can see it. This is my last 24 hours.
And what is your range? What is the gray part?
It's from
I can't see the range.
It's 60 to 150.
I'm going to put mine on 152.
Yeah.
If I didn't smoke, I could do that.
Wait, so your low is below 60?
Yeah, so because I can tell when my blood sugar is getting that, like as soon as my blood sugar gets below 80, I know.
Oh, yeah.
So, and a lot of, what's that?
Everybody knows that 80.
Well, yeah, so I'm saying I usually don't even need it to get to 60 and then I'll do something, but that's just in case. I don't even know what it's in case of. I don't want to hear the alarm. I don't want to hear that thing alarming if I don't have to. That's for me, like my own mental wellness. If it's at 80, I'm not trying to hear beep, beep. I don't want to hear it. So I just listen to my body.
I need it for at night because he'll just sleep through it.
I do not sleep through it at all, ever. I'm a very light sleeper, so yeah.
But I'll sleep through it if I was drunk.
Yeah, I rarely drink.
I'm a rock star.
Thank you.
You know Billy Pablo? You met Billy Pablo the third?
No.
That he comes out at night.
Well, you didn't hear my rock album?
That's your alter ego?
Yes.
Wait, time out. You didn't hear my rock album?
I don't know about. Oh
No,
well, I don't know it. No.
Send a Revolution real quick. I got like a whole rock album. We did 6 shows.
Rock album?
Yeah. I'm a rock star. I'm more rock than rap.
Okay.
Yeah. Billy Pablo III. Cash, guitar player, the best guitar player on the planet. And the best drummer and the best bass player.
He is Billy Pablo?
I'm Billy Pablo.
I'm saying, I know, but you're saying you're the one, you play guitar and all that?
No. Cash plays the guitar. I do play sometimes, like a lick or two, a record or two. I play the drums, whoop-de-whoop. And Nicolette's in our band too. Nicky Licky. Come here, Nicky Licky. She has an album coming out.
Hi.
She has an album coming out called Play Toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play toy. She should be on the sex show. Dude.
She should definitely be on the sex show.
Yes, definitely. When's this album? When can people find it and where can they find it?
It's coming soon. I'm thinking
You got a single out though, right?
Yeah, I have a single out. Just look up Another Round by Nicolette.
We'll send it to you too.
Yes, we'll send
And
it.
this TV show, I shot a TV show for her.
So we're editing that up right now. So as soon as that's done, my album's coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm taking over.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, now I know Dave's a rock star.
I just Instagrammed you, DM'd you the thing, but I want to get your your Revolution
That's
song.
the last song.
Should we play Revolution on the screen?
Yeah, can we play it? Let me show you real quick.
Go right ahead.
Because the thing about it is I made this record last year. And the whole album is Billy Pablo. It's the Black Guns. It's called Therapy. And I made everything last year, and it's like relevant to everything that's going on now. And I made this record called Revolution. I don't know where I just caught the lick. And our method, you can see our method on Dame Dash Studios. But it's called a rockumentary. I go through an episode of every song, and you could actually see we just recorded live. I got a stage, and I got live instruments, and I mic up the instruments, and it's all live. You know?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't believe they don't have Dame Dash Studios. That's crazy.
Just go to Dame Dash Studios.
Yeah, let's do that. So you can see that Dame Dash Studios right there.
Share it now, yeah.
Yeah, let me share it. Let me see the process.
Can you allow us to share the screen?
Oh, I should be able to. I don't know why you're not able to. That's weird. Hold on a second. Participants, more. Well, I don't know if it's. I'm going to make you the host. If I make you the host, I don't know if it's good.
No. Do you know what it is she would have to do?
Zoom changed its stuff when COVID hit, and now when I'm the host, all of a sudden everybody that's on the other side of the screen can't share unless I make them a host, and I don't understand.
No.
Wait, hold on. I think I hear my husband coming to help. How do I let them share the screen? Here comes my amazing, wonderful husband. Hey, everybody. I've been back here the whole time. He's not. All right, so this is my man, my tech man, helping me out.
All right.
Advanced sharing option.
Oh yeah. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. All participants. Yes. Let all participants share.
Okay. Oh, amazing.
Oh, there it goes.
All right.
Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you.
See, in that instance, I'd have been like, Rocky, and she would have fixed it. I would have been dead weight there. It's not my show.
Yep. See, we all need our significant other to help us out. Oh, so we're getting a nice little preview of the stuff. Okay,
Oh, yes.
I like
This is the site.
It's our streaming service, our Netflix.
Oh, gosh.
What you did, Rocky?
I did
Is that music singing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's exit.
Let's pause it. 1 second. Why is it doing that? Is this your computer?
Yeah.
Don't you have it downloaded because of the you put on YouTube? Sorry. Internet
Okay.
revolution. There's a video right there. Boom. No. Yes. There you go.
We're really nice guys, and we love unconditionally. When you go fucking with our love, then that means war. All that peaceful shit is out the window. Peace first, war last. But we gonna win. Revolution is king. Fight for what you love. Be fearless. It's time for a revolution. It's time for a revolution. Sometimes that's the only solution. It's time for a revolution. Back up, quickly. I'm going to say this all the way from home. I'm home too. It's time for a revolution. It's time for a revolution. Sometimes that's the only solution. The fight is fair. As long as you fight for love, then you gonna win. So yeah. It's time for a revolution. Time for a revolution. It's time for a revolution. Time for a revolution. Time for a revolution. It's time for a revolution. Anybody got a revolution? You gotta have something to fight for. Everybody has something to fight for. Whether it's your kids, whether what you enjoy, whether it's somebody you love, you gotta fight. We're not here to fucking be easy. We're here to fucking get about that action. Fight. 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 Time for a revolution. Time for a revolution. Time for a revolution. Let's fight. Who wants to fight? Who wants to fight?
have chills. I have chills. Like that's what we just. I mean, I'm not saying anything that I'm out of my place, but that should be the song of the Black Lives Matter movement. Because that is everything. Kiana, you're the musical woman of between the two of us. What are your thoughts? Because I got chills, like legitimate chills.
That's good. I've never seen a rocket side of you.
Oh yeah. Well, you met us on Black Keys time, so that was.
I taught the Black Keys how to get high.
I didn't see, like you actually didn't play anything that night. When I came in that day, I actually didn't hear any music or anything. I just knew of the band on that particular night, but I haven't heard you in this way. What's so powerful about it is that that's what's going on right now. And it's everything we talked about when we first got on Zoom. It is time for revolution. It's time for change. It's all about you got to fight for it.
What's crazy about it is I made it last year.
And then you made it last year. Look at that.
The time has been now for a long time.
My whole life is a revolution. I've been trying to get motherfuckers to fight for the longest. It's about I've been like,
I also love.
I'm like, all right, let's go.
We tried to do this lovingly, right? We tried to make this. I mean, we are fighting for love, but the systemic oppression that is in this country, that the laws are literally built to support the oppression of Black people, you have to fight out of that. There's no other way. Peaceful doesn't work. Clearly, we're still standing here saying this because it's what's happening. So that's amazing. Yeah. Thank you for following your rock and roll, because I did not know that side of you either at all.
Well, you can get the whole album right now on Spotify.
iTunes.
And you can see the whole making of the album on my streaming service.
Nice. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I mean, I think both of us could probably sit here and talk to you both all day, which I'm happy to do. But I was going to say, do you all want to share anything else in particular?
Yeah. Let's share. I want to show Rocky's acting debut real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, what you call it? Jessica.
Okay. I've acted before that.
I know, but this is like your first show. This is your show. Nikolai.
Show off his angels work.
No, she's actually putting a reel together of everything she does. Because she forgets she has a show. She forgets she's in a movie. She forgets she does magazines. She just be forgetting.
I understand that. I've made so much content in the diabetes community over the last 8 years. Sometimes I look into myself, I'm like, I don't even remember that I did that. I totally understand.
I think just as creatives in general, like a lot of times we're so focused on the next thing that we're doing, or we're so present in the moment in our creation, and we don't think about what we did before. The same thing will happen to me. I'm like,
I did that.
Share a little bit of this.
Hopefully it's playing.
Hopefully it'll play.
Black guys, hold up. Click, click. We need you now. We want
My name is Fleetwood, and I'm just a regular guy living the all-American dream. But I do things my way. I got a great family, a beautiful wife, or ex-wife, but she still lives with me. It's a complicated situation.
Don't you go to my family? Don't even go to the NBA. You don't treat your daughter right. You don't pay for her school.
And I live pretty well. I don't believe in adhering to the patterns that we're born into. I feel like that's slavery. I look at the average American. They go to school, which doesn't make sense to me because you take someone's child away from them when they're at their most influential stage and bring them around a mediocre person, someone that's settled for a 9 to 5, basically lives for Fridays and holidays, and then let them program them for the majority of their life until they're an adult and make them think going to school, getting debt, working to pay off the debt, and only taking a vacation and relaxing when you're 65 is called the American dream. That's slavery. That's not my American dream. My American dream is I live good. I control my own destiny. I've done pretty well. I live in a big house. I drive any car I want. But I have this problem. I'm human. My addiction is women. I love women. I can't get enough of them. And when it comes to it, I'm about my business.
Is this for the sex show?
They've always been an escape to all my problems. I consider women gods because they create life. And isn't that what God's supposed to be? The creator of life? I worship women. I believe you can only be a king if you're a slave for a queen. But your real queen can't expect you to change. She has to accept you for who you are. Girls also like the fact that I'm a smart ass. They say I'm arrogant. I call it confidence. The only problem is my ex-wife hated that.
You think she have fucking bitches come in here and have the courtesy to make a fucking bed? Fuck you, Fleetwood. Fuck you, Fleetwood. Fuck you.
See, the problem is you're addicted to the cat. That's the problem. I made my money the old-fashioned way. I consider myself a little gangster. I'm really about that action. I've signed on to a certain lifestyle. Unfortunately, violence can be the game I play. Sometimes people get shot, but I never shoot at anybody that's not shooting at me. And because I've chosen to sign on to this lifestyle, people are always trying to kill me. I always have to watch my back. I'm gonna die tonight. I know it. Fuck it. It was happening. I am a gangster, but as you can tell, I'm different. I got good taste, and good taste is priceless. You can tell by the way I live, by my cars, by the way I dress, by my heart. I love family life. But the problem was, my ex-wife hates me. She's always trying to kill me.
Possibly.
But that's another story. I fell in love with her because she was artistic. She was an artist. She loved to paint. She had a gallery. And she loved painting naked women, so it all worked out for me.
You broke my heart. When you
I fell in love with all that.
unlocked my heart.
But what I found out was it was just a friend. She was really a killer. And she had a whole team of women killers that could do anything that any man could do and better, but just do it real sexy. It was crazy. There were all these beautiful, dangerous women around the house. Her method was she would find some girl who had been through something. Someone who was, kind of in pain, that was hurt, sort of awkward. And she would teach him about the art and embraced him. And then she would turn him into a straight killer. And whoever had hurt that person, she made sure they got their revenge. They would handle that personally.
You deserve to fucking die.
I got married to a gangster whose whole crew is women. And she's only in love with me because I love women. And then she gets mad at me when things don't always go the way she wants it to. So a body could end up in the pool at any time, but we won't know who did it.
We would. There's another body in the pool again.
That's not me. That's not me. Now you know that's not me. That's not my one.
So whose is it? Could be. Possibly. Maybe. Just be happy it wasn't you.
Yeah, that's, So let me tell you about, that's another TV show we got. Yeah, so, it's about her trying to shoot me all the time.
I was gonna say, so it's based on a true story.
Well, she pulled inspiration probably from a couple of real characters.
I love that. That gave me a lot of, right there, that last scene where she's like, possibly, maybe. I'm like, that's very Quentin Tarantino. It had like that vibe from that Kill Bill. I was
Nice.
like, oh, she got that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you guys clearly have some amazing creative chemistry fueled by love, and you're putting out amazing things. And I consider myself blessed to have had the opportunity to interview you guys so many times, and to bring Kiana in to help me host this summit. And I mean,
Just notice one thing. Everyone that works with me, everyone I love, has their own project to show you. So it's important for me, if anyone helps me build my dreams, to help them build their own. And everyone that you just saw that I said has a project, all of them have been helping build unappreciative artists' dreams by administrating, doing art for them, and those artists won't do anything for them. And that's the reason why I make sure that they have their own shows, their own projects, so when I showcase something, they have something to showcase. We all are bosses. I only work and breathe bosses.
beautiful. Yep, that's.
One thing that you say, Dave, that I really do appreciate, and I've been following you for a minute, is invest in women. And I see how much you support. I see how much Rocky supports you, but how much you also support Rocky. And I see, the bond that you guys have and what you're creating together. I totally respect that. And I do have a question for both of you. Maybe you can answer it together.
Mm-hmm. We do everything together, if that's what you're asking.
I missed that one.
I said we do everything together, if that's what you're asking.
Nope, I'm not. But
she said, nope, I'm not.
Answer this one together, right? And it could be about anything. And this is something that Oprah does. She asks people, what do you know for sure?
I know for sure she loves me.
Mm-hmm. I know for sure we have a baby together.
You do. A little bun in the oven.
I know for sure that our love is pure and true.
I know for sure I look forward to cuddling with her every single night. And everything that comes with that. I know for sure I look forward to eating food every day.
I do feel like, because I'm going to make sure I eat food every day.
I know that's for sure.
I know for sure Damon is going to always protect me. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know for sure. That's the love thing too, yeah. I know for sure that. Yeah.
I know for sure that no matter where we are, we're always happy.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I know for sure we're going to win no matter what, too. Mm-hmm. No matter what, we win. How many for sure? Yeah, how many for sure is
keep
one?
Going, or is this...
No, that's good.
Okay.
I think overall, what you know for sure is that when you have a team and two people love each other, you're just gonna win. That's it. It doesn't matter what comes your way. You're together, so you're gonna win.
Yeah. It's always a win when we're together because we have so much fun together. It's just like an adventure. That's what we'd be like. You ready for the next adventure? It's always an adventure.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
You never know what's going to happen, but it's always going to be fun,
Having fun.
What were you saying?
I was just saying that when I think we've talked about this before. My husband's my business partner, my life partner, and my everything partner. We've been married 13 years this year. And when I hear you guys talk about that, I just hear you saying what you know, and I say the same exact thing because I have that same feeling, and it's just beautiful to hear other people talking publicly about it and knowing that love like that does exist. It's out there, and that if you work, it takes work because a lot of people just think that relationships just fall together and there's nothing to. But when you work through it together and you get to pass that, whatever the initial issue is, whatever, everybody has some, you can just have all the fun, all the love, and I just think everybody deserves it.
Did you and yes, of course. Did you and your husband start as friends first, or did you start dating initially?
So
it looks like you met him in the gym.
I met him in a nightclub in Cancun, Mexico.
Oh, went on in Cancun. Definitely came home, huh?
Definitely was not looking for a husband, I'll put it that way. And then a year later, we were married. And that's the Yep. 1 year later, met him in August of 2006 at Coco Bongo in Cancun, Mexico.
They Coco Bongo for sure.
At Coco Bongo, which is a big performance. They do all kinds of like art and theater and crazy stuff where trapeze artists are flying from the ceiling and all this stuff. And 1 year later, we were married. And that was August of 2007, we got married. And then so this year, we'll be married for 13 years.
Let me find out you married Magic Mike.
Well, it was crazy. He just got out of the military, and I was not very, I was nowhere near as competent as I am now. And actually, I was on a mission to, what I would say, pick up a guy who I considered out of my league. But now I realize that was silly. But back then, I believed that. So, yeah.
Well, I feel like you always set goals for yourself and you to achieve them. And I think that's a really strong trait. And I mean, I feel like just in our conversation today, you told me about 3 different goals that you had set and you've already achieved. So yeah, I think that's pretty powerful.
Oh yeah, let's make the show. That's a goal. Let's achieve that. Make a real TV show.
So David keeps on saying once you achieve your goals, you have to keep on dreaming bigger and bigger and bigger. So,
bigger.
I agree.
I have a cheap dream. It don't cost nothing to dream. You might as well dream big. It don't cost a
The
dollar.
powerful thing we have in the world is our imagination.
And I don't want to freak anyone out. And I just think, I talk about the synchronicity. I've been wanting to interview you guys. I want to say since 2017 when I first came across Dash Diabetes Network and I saw Dan and I said, why didn't I know Dan was type 1 when I met him 10 years ago?
That's crazy.
Because I'm pretty sure that will open up a whole nother conversation. I was not.
Absolutely.
You know, I think I remember you now. I remember.
I had a song called Supergirl.
Yeah.
The Supergirl video. And so, yes, fast forward, I ended up meeting Danielle a couple of years ago, maybe. And I just started working in the diabetes space, and now I'm working on an album for the diabetes community to raise funds to put back into the community for people who can't afford their insulin.
I love that.
So it's a passion of mine, but I'm bringing my years of experience in entertainment and my passion for helping people who are struggling with diabetes. And yes, this is a goal. I can check it off. I got to interview Dave Dash.
Yes.
And, and a beautiful white people like me.
Yeah, as soon as I met Kiana, I did not know we were going to meet, but as soon as I met her, I said, me and Kiana are going to be doing something together. I said, I don't know what it is, but I'm certain that I want to work with this amazing woman. And a couple years later, I was like, girl, please co-host this whole event with me because I need some help. And she's been nothing but the best. So I'm very grateful for all of this. Just gratitude. I'm blessed.
Well, if you dreamed about having an interview with us and it happened, like Rocky said, dream bigger about us.
I love to work together.
I was going to say, I don't know.
Whatever that big dream is, just dream it. It can happen. It might happen.
I will talk about sexual diabetes. I don't know if I want anything to be said.
So Kiana will be the sex show light, and then I'll go cast the other side.
Because you know you gotta have good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, I'm the bad cop.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of be like, hey,
Yeah, I'm the good cop in this one too.
Yeah. Right.
I don't believe you.
I don't either. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it's a shoulder, and Rocky's the angel, and you're on the other side.
That's what's funny. That's what y'all think. That's what's funny. She's the cutest, devilish motherfucker you ever met in your life. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Talking to you guys and interviewing you guys, and it's a dream come true for me. Honestly, it really is. I've talked about it, and I was trying to figure out how do I get around, because I wanted to make sure that it was the right time, and I believe in divine timing. And I had called Cootie, and I was just like, I would like to interview Dane, and he's like, what are you doing right now, and this, that, and the other. And I said, well, let me continue working on a few things before I reach out to him, because I had already spoken to Cootie. And then he was like, why don't you reach out to GLC as well, because I was thinking about doing interviews, but I wasn't quite ready. And then Danielle reaches out to me to be a co-host of her show, and she said she's interviewing you, and here I am.
Perfect.
That's right. Divine timing is correct. It happens when it's meant to happen, but you got to keep pushing for it. So, yeah.
GLC is great about diabetes too. We spoke with him last time. Is he on the festival?
He was on it for a while.
He was on it for a while.
We actually have to edit up. We never edited up that episode.
He was he's really good and he's really thorough. He was what, plant-based way before us.
Yeah, he went vegan.
You know?
He does those vegan cheesecakes.
Yeah, vegan cheesecakes that are in Whole Foods, and he does.
That's what she was just saying, that he has this vegan cheesecake. Like, I would love to, I don't even know this man, but I'm saying, Kiana, bring him on this
Yeah,
Sunday.
I know
He wants
you
to come out.
should. He's great.
I said I'd like to.
Very eloquent speaker.
GLC story. I don't know. He was on one of my songs. He made a cameo about 10 years ago when I was working on an album.
Nice.
And that's when we met. And so, yeah, I know what he's doing now. And he's out in Chicago. Because I said, where can I get that cheesecake? He's like, in Chicago. I'm like, okay. But I do want to try it. I love vegan cheesecake. It's made with like cashews and it's very lovely. So good.
Yes.
Maybe Rocky will make one day. But anyway, we gotta go now. I gotta get this.
Yeah, it's time to go. Thank you guys so much.
Always enjoy your conversation.
Thank you.
I will. I'm
After
follow with
COVID,
you, Rocky.
come through. But if you want to come
Thank
now, I got tests.
Let me say
I got
one more thing,
tests.
Dame. I do have your phone number because Mike Castagna gave it to me the original time we met. So if I'm really allowed to follow up with you, I'm not a line stepper. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes.
No. I texted you so I could group chat us all. Well, I
Perfect.
DM'd you, so if you could text me back, I'll put us all in a
I
group
don't know
chat.
what line that you're making up that you be stepping on.
We've known each other for years now. I mean, this is
know.
like.
I agree.
You're
All
just
right,
scared.
well,
You're
gonna hear from
scared.
me.
I smell fear.
What does he smell?
He said
fear. Yeah, no, Kiana can tell you. There's one thing I don't have a lot of. It's fear.
I don't know. I don't know what's stopping you. You were scared of crossing the line that didn't exist.
Okay, well, get ready. It's coming. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Go keep taking care of each other. Have the most amazing, beautiful human being that you are creating inside of your magical body.
See this here right here?
Yes.
Thank you for this. This is great. I think it's very important.
Oh, thank you.
Spanish dream right here.
Take
Later.
care. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.